The one thing about Michael Jordan was he never asked me to do something that he didn't do.
To some, he was a rival. To others, a ruthless teammate who pushed everyone past their limits. But for almost every basketball player on the planet, Michael Jordan wasn't just a player. He was the standard, the fire that made kids dream bigger. Everyone wanted to be like Mike, but few could even come close.
You want to be fast like Isaiah, shoot like Bird, rebound like Barkley, pass like Magic, be dominant like Shaq. But man, I wanted to be like Mike.
To the rest of the world, MJ wasn't just an athlete. He was a phenomenon, a global symbol who changed the face of basketball and reshaped sports culture forever. He made sneakers sacred, turned dunks into art, and transformed pressure into pure performance.
One day you might look up and see me playing the game at 50. Oh, don't laugh.
So today, we're diving into the wildest, most legendary stories about the man they called Black Jesus, the one with that untouchable aura. There have been players who struck fear in every opponent's heart. Kobe with his cold-blooded killer instinct, Shaq, the unstoppable force of nature, Allen Iverson, the ankle snatcher, and Larry Bird, who could crush your soul with just one smug line. But none, absolutely none, had the presence of MJ.
Really just teasing. I looked around and everybody's looking at me. I go, who's coming in second?
But no one, and I mean no one, was feared like Michael Jordan. He wasn't just great, he was ruthless, cold-blooded, and ready to destroy anyone who dared to challenge him.
Nick Anderson said 45 is not 23.
Oh, Lord. I would have said, man, y'all, you don't shut the fuck up. What is you doing?
That mother took out that damn thing. I saw 2-3. I said, oh, Lord, we in trouble.
You did not want to get on Michael's bad side, ever. One glare from him, and you knew trouble was coming your way.
Who do you think you are? So at half, I have 10, and he has 4 points. He ended up with 44, and I ended up with 12.
Even without smartphones or social media, Jordan stayed locked in. He read every article, watched every segment, and used the smallest comment as fuel. Nothing motivated him more than doubt. Before the 1992 NBA Finals, analysts claimed Clyde Drexler had the edge because he was a better three-point shooter. Huge mistake. Jordan took that personally and torched him, draining 6 threes in the first half and dropping 35 points by halftime. Record shattered, ego destroyed. On March 19, 1993, Washington Bullets guard LaBradford Smith dropped a shocking 37 points against the Bulls, even though his team still lost. After the game, Jordan claimed Smith walked up and said, "Good game, Mike," which he took as pure disrespect. Fired up, Jordan swore he'd give Smith that same 37 in the first half of their rematch the very next night. He didn't quite hit 37. He stopped at 36 before halftime. Years later, Jordan admitted Smith never said a word. He'd made the story up just to psych himself up. But when MJ created his own motivation, someone else always paid the price.
In Chicago, JR is having a good game. I was just like, yo, keep killing Mike can hear me. I see him and Mike having a conversation. So he's like, he don't really know he excited. Now MJ on the back leg joint. In this next 67 minutes of play, y'all, we down 25 now. It was just at 2. Mike had 18, he had like 40 now.
MJ was straight up ruthless. He never held back his words or his attitude. During the 1995 playoffs, the Bulls faced the young and hungry Charlotte Hornets, and tensions were high. In a crucial Game 4 moment with the Bulls leading the series 2-1, the ball ended up in the hands of 5'3" Muggsy Bogues, face to face with Jordan. MJ backed off, smirking and taunted him to shoot. Muggsy took the shot and completely missed. It was another cold reminder of how brutal Jordan's trash talk could be. He could crush your confidence in seconds. But Jordan wasn't just picking on smaller players, he went after everyone. Even Dikembe Mutombo wasn't safe, especially after bragging that Jordan had never dunked on him.
You haven't got me in 6 years, just go and say it. No.
MJ didn't waste time. He got Dikembe the very next game. He soared right over him for a dunk and hit him back with his own move, the legendary finger wag, savage payback. And it didn't stop there. When the Bulls faced the Jazz in Utah, Jordan threw down a nasty dunk over 6'1" John Stockton. Jazz owner Larry Miller shouted, "Pick on someone your own size." So what did MJ do next? On the very next play, he dunked over 7 feet 1 inch Mel Turpin and barked, "Is he big enough for you?" That's the kind of fire he brought every single night. But Jordan's obsession with winning didn't end on the court. During the 1992 Olympics, the Dream Team played everything: cards, golf, and even ping pong. A young Christian Laettner embarrassed MJ in their first game, and Jordan was fuming. For 2 whole days, he barely spoke until he secretly had a ping pong table delivered to his room to prepare for revenge.
I've heard through the rumor mill that Jordan had someone go out and buy a ping pong table and take it up to his room.
He trained nonstop for days, locked in on revenge. Nobody was safe. Jordan turned everything into a competition. Winning wasn't just his goal, it was his obsession. And even with millions in the bank, MJ still loved hustling his teammates for cash. He didn't just want to win, he wanted to prove he was the top dog every single time. Back in the 90s, the Bulls kept fans entertained with virtual bull races on the Jumbotron during timeouts. Sounds innocent, right? Not for MJ. He bet Scottie Pippen $100 on which bull would win, and somehow Jordan always came out on top. What Scottie didn't know was that MJ used to sneak onto the court before games to watch the test runs. Total mastermind move. But Jordan's fire didn't stop at playful bets. He was brutally intense with his teammates too. His competitive edge hit its peak when he famously punched Steve Kerr during practice. That's how far MJ would go to prove a point.
I just haul off and hit him right in the eye.
Will set a legal pick on MJ. MJ said, Will, don't do it again. Phil ran it again. Legal pick. MJ walks up to Will. Boom!
Let him up.
Let him up. It was over. The next day on the plane, Will gets on the plane with a huge shiner.
But that wasn't the only time MJ lost his cool. He also threw a punch at Will Perdue. When Jordan felt disrespected, even his own teammates weren't safe from the storm. When the Bulls traded away Charles Oakley and brought in Bill Cartwright, Jordan was furious. Oakley was his guy, and MJ made sure Cartwright felt that frustration, mocking him by calling him Medical Bill and firing impossible passes his way during practice just to make him look bad. Brutal, right?
He just wanted me to be prepared for what I was going to face later on in that season.
In The Last Dance, we saw how Jordan trashed Scott Burrell nonstop. But Burrell later defended him, saying MJ's intimidation was just his way of pushing people to be great. Still, not everyone could handle that kind of pressure.
His hero's Jordan, his nemesis is Jordan, but his real nemesis is Oakley. I remember we sitting at the bar and Jordan there, and Kwame is like, yeah, I'm gonna him up. I'm gonna whoop his ass. Kwame was like, he by himself. Bartender, shots, give me 5. Jordan come, hey, ho, what your ass over here doing, ho? And Kwame didn't say nothing. All you see was Kwame take them, hit them shits. Boom, boom. And he was like, oh, you trying to get some courage, huh? Oakley downstairs. That's all MJ said was, hey, ho, you trying to get some courage?
Take Kwame Brown, for example. The teenager Jordan handpicked first overall in 2001. When the kid struggled early, the 38-year-old Jordan, now his teammate, went after him relentlessly, trying to toughen him up. Even past his prime with the Wizards, MJ could still dominate on the court and get in people's heads like no one else. But all those legendary trash talk stories wouldn't matter if Jordan couldn't back them up, and he always did. His teammates admitted Bulls practices were tougher than real games because MJ demanded absolute perfection every single day. That intensity made game nights feel effortless. Jordan was a star the moment he hit the NBA floor, scoring 37 points in just his 3rd game and leading the entire league in points by the end of his rookie season. His aerial skills were unlike anything the game had ever seen, almost supernatural. When he dropped a career-high 69 points on the Cavaliers, he told Craig Alo exactly how he'd score, then did it right in his face. Even his harshest critics had to admit, Michael's game was pure greatness. MJ's scoring gets all the attention, but his defense was just as terrifying. Fast, explosive, and unbelievably strong for a shooting guard, he was every wing player's worst nightmare. With those massive hands and crazy long arms, he could palm the ball like an apple and snatch it right out of your dribble before you even knew what happened. Jordan ranked 4th all-time in steals, and in one 1988 game against the Celtics, he ripped the ball away 8 times just in the first half. Of course, Jordan's most iconic steal came in his final game with the Bulls, a moment frozen in basketball history. He stripped the ball clean from Karl Malone, then calmly dribbled up the court and hit the shot that sealed his 6th championship. That wasn't just a bucket, it was the shot that defined his legacy forever.
Jordan open. Chicago with the lead.
Jordan hit 28 game winners in his career, including an NBA record 9 buzzer beaters. No one handled pressure like MJ. He lived for those final seconds. But after he retired in 1998, the Bulls crumbled, hitting rock bottom with just 49 points in a 1999 game against Miami.
The Bulls setting a new record for offensive futility. They score only 49 points.
Michael had 39 games with 49 or more points, showing just how much the Bulls relied on him. Even at 43, that fire was still there. In 2007, while running a basketball camp, Jordan got challenged by top high schooler O.J. Mayo, and he made sure the kid learned fast who the real legend was.
In front of my camp, he starts this thing about, you can't guard me, you can't do this. You know, I got my campus here, so I can't really go where I want to go because of my camp. So I stopped the camp, send the kids to bed. We go back to playing. And he starts his whole thing that you can't guard me, you can't do this. And then finally I just said, look, dude, you may be the best high school player, but I'm the best player in the world. So from this point on, it's a lesson. And from that point on, it was a lesson. He never won a game.
Even past 50, Jordan's fire never died. He could still take on NBA players one-on-one and win. That competitive edge never left him.
He did have the chance to go one-on-one with Michael Jordan earlier in the year. You know, can you take me a little bit through the game?
It was a dream come true for me. Because my boss now.
In his early years, Jordan didn't drink at all. He stayed sharp, focused, and clean through the 80s. But constant pressure and sleepless nights caught up with him, and a doctor once suggested he try a couple of beers before bed to relax. That small tip turned into a habit, and soon MJ was drinking regularly, sometimes even before games. Still, it never slowed him down. He remained unstoppable on the court.
Busting MJ like, man, drop me off here. And he dropped him off at the bar. He said, he gonna have some beers. He tell us to pick him up on the way back to the game. We get on the bus, yeah, man, I'm feeling good, right? Bubbly, you can smell the beer on him. Going through warm-ups, man, I'm seeing 3 rims. I'm gonna shoot at the one in the middle. Got 30 at half.
Even after playing 36 holes of golf and downing a dozen beers, MJ could still drop 40 like it was nothing. His focus and drive were simply on another level. Jordan's aura was untouchable, pure dominance. He was the coldest man to ever step on a basketball court with that killer stare that froze opponents in their tracks. Just his presence alone could shake even the toughest players. One time, MJ was so confident and honestly bored that he started counting his points backwards while playing against Steve Smith. That's how unstoppable he was, turning games into personal challenges just for fun. MJ could drain free throws with his eyes closed and switch hands midair during the finals. Just effortless greatness. His confidence was unmatched. Nobody stood above him, not players, not coaches, not even presidents. Jordan's legend wasn't just built on his game, it was powered by his words too. Iconic quotes like, "There's no I in team, but there's an I in win." And "I've never lost a game, I just ran out of time," showed that unmatched confidence that defined him. And of course, to learn to succeed, you must first learn to fail. Proved he understood the grind like no one else. Then came the ultimate mic drop moment. His legendary "I'm back" line in 1995 when he unretired. It sounded like something straight out of a movie. Pure Terminator energy. And honestly, for every other player chasing rings, Jordan really was the Terminator. Even those oversized 90s suits couldn't dull his shine. They might look dated now, but on MJ, they scream power and class. He wasn't just a baller, he was the definition of cool and the blueprint for swagger, playing with unmatched hunger, a ruthless killer instinct, and trash talk sharp enough to cut through steel. Jordan was built different. His game, his mindset, his swagger, everything about him screamed dominance. It's no mystery why everyone wanted to be like Mike. The man radiated confidence, moved like greatness itself, and without a doubt remains the player with the most powerful aura in NBA history. What do you think? Does anyone in today's NBA come close to Jordan's fire and confidence, or is MJ still untouchable when it comes to pure dominance and mindset? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out with us here at Ball Stories. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more legendary moments and untold basketball drama. Check out our other videos for more incredible stories from the game's greatest. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.